Thank you for tuning. Today we have with us Lamar. Lamar, please say hi to the people.
Peace and blessings. How's everybody today?
Always the perfect day. I appreciate your time taking out, joining us during your lunch break. And what we're going to do is we're going to be discussing the power of tutoring. And with you being a veteran, we're going to have a conversation about veteran homelessness, as these are two things that you are building awareness for and advocating for, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir.
So, first of all, give us a high-level overview of your view and perspective of the need and benefit of tutoring.
Well, for tutoring, when I look at it, I'm a former teacher myself, and I believe that every student, be it a child or an adult, deserves an excellent education. I don't even know how to talk, but our program is based on it's our program is that when a family is told that they need a tutor, a family normally is spending $30 to $300 for a tutor, which outprices most families. And so, as a nonprofit, which we are, tutorsforyou.org, we've brought our price down, or brought the price of tutoring down to $5, so that most families can get an excellent education, because all of our tutors are experienced teachers. In fact, on average, our teachers have been teaching for 10 years. Some of our teachers have been teaching upwards of 30 years. So you're going to get a lot of quality from the teacher that you have, along with that we have over 100 classes from accounting to yoga, including special needs, preschool, college prep, GED classes, math, history, science, Afro studies, 30 different languages, math, I said math, music. There's so many different courses. Like I said, there's over 100 courses, and we have over 100 teachers.
Okay, Lamar.
All over 100 teachers ready to help you with your studies, all for the price of $5 an hour per class.
Okay, so what we want to talk about is the how this is going to aid into sustainable communities. So there are persistent achievement gaps in subjects like math, reading, highlighting the need for the additional support. And how did you develop the program so that it's actually $5 per month to service that need?
Well, it's all about the grace of God. Literally, I I say it as, if I didn't follow what God had me do, I would be stuffed in a fish. The the program is centered around being able to help a family get the service they need through education without having to break the family budget. So all the classes are $5, other than our mental health class, which is 30. And that's because it's being taught by a mental health professional. Yet, um, but everything else is $5.
Yeah.
The I'm sorry.
No, okay. So yeah, we got a lot of feedback in the background there. So but the learning loss and disruptions to traditional schooling actually increase the need for academic support. So how far do you think, give us some of your success stories?
Well, we've had students one student in particular, with this child that I'm thinking about, started school early, learning Chinese, and went to a different school, still wanted to learn Chinese. And we actually one of the classes that we teach is Chinese. And his instructor was actually in China, And so that student was with us for quite a while, and the mother was really thrilled. In fact, his mother helps us out now with one of the things that we need as a nonprofit. But that's been really helpful with us.
Okay. And in some communities, high school graduation rates may be lower. So, what are the age ranges to for the students you're looking to help?
Well, as far as age range, we start off with preschool, so that could be anywhere from 4 years old all the way to adults. Depending on the age of the person, what they're looking for. Maybe someone is looking to take a cooking class or sewing class. Maybe someone is looking to learn a different language. So there really is a variety of classes. Someone may be wanting to take a theology class. Someone may have not graduated from high school and wants to take a GED class. We have GED classes.
Hmm.
So we have courses for several ages or age groups. It all depends on the person. We have
What their needs are.
yes, we
Yeah.
have we have over 100 classes, so we really have a variety of classes to meet the needs of the person where they are
Right.
and at a price that they can afford, with skilled teachers to help them with the needs where they are, not where we are, but we're here to meet you where you are. And they're
Okay.
all online and they're live, they're not recorded.
That's the point I was going to bring up next is that you're able to do this virtually, and as you mentioned, from sources and resources around the globe or the world. Uh, so that's really great because now you may not be having a certain specialist in your area that's willing to help, but that doesn't mean that you can't provide them a specialist in the field that they want coaching on and development. I think
Exactly.
that's amazing. So tutoring
Exactly.
can lead to significant improvements for students' academic performance, and it's linked to higher graduation rates. Do you notice a benefit of if they start earlier versus maybe if they start later in their school career? And or tell me about, do you offer these services to college students as well?
We do offer them to college students. We don't have as many classes for college students. We haven't been around as long for them, but we do have some classes for college students. We I would rather see students start off earlier, but then again, we're here to help the students where they are, whether it's for chemistry, organic chemistry, literature. Um, I'm trying to think of some of the other classes that
No worries.
pop up.
A variety of fields.
We do. We have so many classes that um, we do. We just have so many different classes.
Okay.
Humanities.
Right. So individualized attention from the tutors can actually help boost the students' confidence and accelerate their development. So
Exactly.
you have tons of potential learning opportunities. So that's great. I know your background, so I appreciate the attention that you're giving us right now to help spread this message on the need for tutoring in general through the communities, and the fact that you're building the programs out to do this virtually, remotely from around the world for an affordable rate. Let's pivot topics to veterans at this point in time and the need for shelter for this particular group of people as well. You have a initiative you would like to grow for veteran homelessness, correct?
Yes, it's called Cover Veterans. And here in Tampa, Florida, there is well, as well as all over the country, there's a prevalence of homeless veterans. And here in Tampa, I think it's a shame that we tell our veterans that you have to sleep on the street. And so that really bothered me and bothers me. So, what I and our board have decided to do is to start a shelter for our homeless veterans here in Tampa. And we're going under the name of Cover Veterans. And I'm now working with or starting to work with some other organizations to get started. And at the where we are right now is simply looking to raise funds to in our what we're looking to do. The steps that we're taking is to raise funds. Then we're going to rent a house to get our veterans off the street. And once we've done that for a year or two, then we'll go ahead and buy a house. We don't want to go ahead and start buying a house and go about the process and then fail because we didn't know what we were doing since this is our first venture doing this. So the process is to rent a house, bring in veterans, learn what we're doing right, eliminate what we're doing wrong, then we'll buy a house, and from there be successful at it, and then buy more houses, and then graduate onto an apartment complex, all by the will of God.
I think
But
that's I think that's great because in 2023 the numbers say that 35,000, almost 36,000 veterans were experiencing homelessness, marking a 7% increase between the year prior.
I wouldn't doubt it. I haven't run the numbers, I haven't looked it up. I just know what I see here in Tampa, and it bothers me a lot. And so I want to do something about it. I'm a veteran myself, and it's it should not be. We should not have our heroes fight for us, whether they went overseas or not. You still raised your hand to protect civilians and to protect the country. I'll put it that way. And you come back and to know that you're being literally thrown aside with illnesses, mental illness, or just being discarded, or just unable to find a job. From there, you're now homeless. There's so many different ways to become homeless. Sometimes a veteran just needs a little care, and that's what I'm looking to do, is to help out. And that's what Cover Veterans is about, is to provide a little help.
I appreciate that. And everybody's got to start somewhere. So I'm excited to see you beginning this in the area of Tampa with the mindset to grow it and expand beyond those borders as you
Yes.
perfect the opportunity. And then to have the tutoring program established already, now you can actually connect maybe the veterans with training and therapy as needed to help guide them in their road of recovery and reentry from the present state or the past state that they may have been suffering from.
Yes. Our local VA hospital is called James Haley, and so it's fairly decent hospital as well. So we'll be able to tap in with them to make certain that our veterans do get the physical and mental care that they need.
Awesome. So ultimately at this point, at this stage, you know, the build out process, most people don't realize that when you start a business, a regular business, you don't actually start when you sign the papers. It's like on average, it takes about 3 to 5 years to get a business up and running to the point where people can walk away from whatever their, volunteer slavery or supporting capital flow, cash flow was prior to that. So right now, what would be a real catalyst for you is if you had funding people, grant writers that can help you. You're obviously going to be looking for educators and maybe therapists. Did I miss anything? What else do you think you're looking for? Real estate agents would be a good connection right now. What else do you think you would need to help service you and grow in the future?
Our growth at this point, we need funds and grant writers and a lot of prayer. I always put God first. So it's a lot of prayer. We need fund, we need donations, not just financial donations, but we need clothes and food to help support our veterans. We are in Tampa, and if you go to our website, asa-corp.org, that is our corporate page. You will see our address. If you click donation or donation page, you'll see our address where you can send donations to. Um,
Okay.
all our
So
donations are tax deductible.
what how do you feel about maybe partnering with a larger outfit to help bridge the gap? Would there be any outfits out there that you may like to have a contact with to maybe partner as a catalyst for your growth and development locally there, and maybe a national agency or anything like that? Does it work like that? What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
I am very, very open to that. I'm looking at an organization here in Tampa that said that they would be willing to work with us. And it's just a matter of me filling out some paperwork to work with them and talk with their executive director. So I'm getting good feedback right now. I'm getting a lot of good feedback from people saying they're willing to help us. It's just a matter of getting to them. And I'm reaching out on Facebook. The veteran community is starting to embrace us. So it's been a blessing. This has been a very, very good week right now.
Awesome. I'm really glad that we can have this conversation for you and bring awareness to the subject, because I know what it means to you and the area of Tampa and across the nation, even outside of veterans. And watching the YNet 7 channel and with the YNet 7 supporters, we're dealing with working towards a sustainable community. And to be honest with you, who will we be to talk about everything else and leave this conversation off the table? So even though you look at our format, I appreciate you in the current state that you are coming, and we overcome the challenges of the sound. And for anybody that's watching, if you got a problem with that, you can go somewhere else, because this conversation is really important, and he done the best right now in delivering the message. So 'cause I know there's always people out there like, the audio, we can't hear it. Look, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Listen to the words the man's saying, listen to the problem in the community, and let's see who that can help, whether it's by donating time, resources, funding, clothes, books, what have you. Give the man an email, check out the website, and let's see how we can support the homelessness and the homelessness of knowledge in our minds of the people that need it, that may be struggling. All right. Lamar, do you have any closing remarks?
Well, I'm just really grateful to for you and the show. I'm grateful to all the persons that are watching the show, and grateful to all the persons that are even thinking about considering to donate to us. I ask that everybody would go ahead and to spread this show to their family and friends, and let them know about tutorsforyou.org, as well as Cover Veterans. It's coverveterans.org. And to be a little clearer, what tutorsforyou.org does is we provide professional live online tutoring for children and families, children and adults, for $5 worldwide. And it really is that simple. We are trying to provide professional tutoring for a family at a low rate of $5, so that every family can afford an excellent education. And as far as Cover Veterans, We're looking to provide a shelter for homeless veterans here in Tampa to get them off the streets and into the care that they need.
Awesome. I appreciate the clarity. Pasha Paroh, YN7. Lamar, say bye to the people.
Peace and blessings, everybody. Thank you very much.
Always a perfect day.